life-changing.
Oh, crap!
What is up, you sexy beasts? I hope you guys are doing fantastically well. I know I was being an idiot with the lawnmower there, but honestly, mowing my lawns and making sure my lawns look better than everyone else in the neighborhood has become my #1 goal in life. I take great pride in my lawns. I don't know if anyone else can relate to that, but if you love your lawns, if you take care of your lawns, let me know down in the comments. While I was mowing the lawns, I was listening to the Matt, Sivan and Josh podcast. If you haven't watched the podcast or if you don't listen to it, you need to. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel or find them on the iTunes store and listen to their podcast. It is extremely entertaining. It's not just about fitness. It's about parenting and travel and coffee and all sorts of good stuff. And the dynamic really is awesome. I know I've gone on about it on here before. It's basically just Matt and Josh teaming up on Sivan, who's extremely witty and very, very funny. So I highly recommend it. Now, over the last few months, since Matt has retired, we have found out quite a bit more about him. He's given us the gym tour, and we saw some funny things in his gym that he was using over the years. You know, he was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and we found some more things out there. But on this podcast today, I realized again just how special and crazy this dude is or was when it came to his performance. Him and Josh were talking about how much easier it is now to travel. Now they're not competing. They don't have to worry about taking all their gym bags and all their equipment. And I want you to go and watch the podcast and listen to the equipment list that Matt used to travel with, especially if he was driving to a competition. It would include full-on Concept 2 rowers or Concept 2 bikes that he would put in the car and go with him. But go and listen to the podcast to get the full list of what he traveled with. What I do want to share on this video though is what Matt would do at hotels when he would travel to the regionals or the games. Well, firstly, he would take his own food for the whole week. So he would, turn up to the hotel with all his food packed. Not that crazy. But then if the hotel didn't have a fridge or a mini fridge, he would bring a mini fridge to the hotel. Now, if the hotel didn't have air conditioning, he would bring an air conditioning unit of some sort to the hotel to make sure he can regulate the temperature within his room. And if the bed wasn't very comfortable, or in fact, he said over the last 4 years, pretty much every hotel he stayed at, he would arrange for a mattress to come or to be delivered at the hotel. So mini fridges, air conditioning units, and mattresses. That is just next level looking after your performance and your well-being as an athlete. It's so easy to look at an athlete like Matt and think this guy has amazing natural talent. He was really lucky that he had his weightlifting background. But then you start finding out all the 1%ers, all the things that he went above and beyond, like all the crazy stuff I just mentioned, that I'm pretty sure not many athletes do. And you realize that the guy was really obsessive down to every fine detail when it came to his performance. And that is the stuff that adds up and makes a champion a 5 times CrossFit Games champion. So I just found it fascinating. And again, I want to encourage you to go and watch the podcast or listen to it because there's more stuff that I didn't mention that is worth listening to. I'd love to know if there are any other athletes out there, CrossFit athletes, or any athletes for that matter, that go to those lengths to get the best out of themselves. What do you think? Do you think those things actually make a difference and add up, or do you think they are a bit over the top and just too obsessive? I don't know. I imagine over the years they add up, and if you are as comfortable and in the most perfect environment as an athlete, especially around competition week, I imagine it does make a difference. Otherwise, I guess you wouldn't do it. Now, at the end of the podcast, as Sivan does so beautifully, he always digs and tries to bring up either things that are in the works for these athletes, Josh and Matt, that maybe they're not ready to talk about. And he brings up something that he found online, and I found it as well, so it's obviously out. It's obviously public, and that is Matt's book, HWPO that's coming out. So on the Penguin Random House, which is a book publisher, you can now pre-order Matt's book, Hard Work Pays Off, Train, Eat, Sleep, Repeat. So that is very exciting. It looks like it's dropping on the 4th of January 2022. So great work, Matt, on getting a book published. That is, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, the man is the fittest of all time. Of course, there should be a book about his journey, his story. So I'm looking forward to getting my hands on that next year. So guys, that's all I have for you today. I just found that super interesting and wanted to share it with you. I'm gonna go to sleep, get some rest, because tomorrow is a big day. 21.3 gets released. So I'll be back on here talking about that tomorrow. But you stay sexy, keep roaring love, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.
Is it